right, how's everyone? So, I want to introduce you to a brand new fabulous friend, okay? It is called the double number line. Dun, 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 dun. Looks super boring, thought every student. But not to fret, dun, 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 Mrs. Math is here to help you understand why this is such an awesome tool, okay? You are going to leave class and say, maybe it wants to be my friend too. All right, so do I have any Celtics fans? All right, let's think about this. And I researched this, and this is pretty much spot on, just saying. Go Celtics. The ratio of Celtics wins to losses is 5-2. If the Celtics have lost 16 games, how many have they won? So this is an example of a ratio. And I want to take a second, dissect my word problem. A couple keywords. The ratio. This is huge. We know the order is wins to losses. So when we box out 5-2, we need to remember that wins goes with fives, losses goes with two. The next part is the missing part of our question is if they've lost 16 games, how many have they won? So how do we use a number line like this, a double number line, to help us? Well, let's first think about the two things in our ratio are wins to losses, okay? We know at the beginning of the season, no games played, 0-0 would be there. But if the ratio we're given is 5-2, we need to put the 5 with our wins and the 2 with the losses. And we could just continue out this entire number line through repeated addition, okay? And you can kind of play around while I go through and think about these numbers in your head. So we could keep going with addition to find out if there's 16 losses, and notice the losses match up down here. How many wins would that be? We could keep doing that, or we could make a little bit of a jump with our 5-2 and find a relationship through multiplication. So if I know I want to get my losses to 16, I think, okay, instead of repeated addition, how could I multiply to get to 16? So essentially, 2 times what number equals 16? That number is 8. So now we are going to take that number and multiply 5 times 8 to get our missing value of 40 wins. All right. Another way that we can think about this, and I put my double number line here in the corner for us as a visual, but if we want to set up a proportion for this, I like to start with something I call the word ratio. So when I look back at my Celtics word problem, I know I'm talking about wins to losses. Then I make sure I match up my known ratio, my 5 with my 2. And the question that I need to answer, I know there's 16 losses. I don't know how many wins there are. So take a second. Does that make sense how I have my whole proportion, my ratio set up? But it also matches right here with my awesome BFF, my number line. All right, and I will do the same steps, the same work. Multiply by 2 to get 16, multiply by 8 to get 40 wins. What do you think? A title this year? Thanks for mathing with me.